Hello and welcome to another 5-minute review. Today we're taking a look at Journey. In Journey, you play as a nameless traveler, and the goal of the game is to make it to the peak of a mountain seen in the distance. I won't spoil the story, but the reason why the traveler wants to go there is full of mystery and intrigue, which kept me fully immersed into the atmosphere and the game's world. Speaking of being immersed, Journey does this fantastically well. The minute you start your journey, the game pulls you in with delicious bits of vagueness that make you want to play to the end in order to understand. With that said, there is a superb amount of depth to the vagueness of what actually happened in Journey's world, and why the traveler is making a pilgrimage to the top of a mountain, leaving much of the story up to the interpretation of the player. The mountain can be seen throughout most of your playthrough as you make your way closer to it, giving a fantastic sense of breadth to the game's open world areas. Everything in Journey has a grand sense of scale when compared to the small stature of the traveler, making for several breathtakingly beautiful moments, furthering immersion into Journey's world. As I hope you can see, the game looks absolutely stunning. This is one of the best looking games on the PlayStation 3, and artistically one of the better looking games I have played. The lighting and how it glimmers off the sand in the environments is truly spectacular. What really steals the show here are the sand dune physics and how your character affects them in various ways. Walking across sand leaves physical indentations that look so real you can almost feel them. Wind plays a big part in your Journey experience also. Wind will often move and sway sand dunes around like waves on an ocean. In fact, playing Journey made me think I was riding on the waves of an ocean or floating just beneath them. The gameplay lends itself well to relaxed controller inputs because of the simplistic nature of Journey. That game company wants players to slowly absorb and experience the atmosphere around them without rushing through things too hastily. Basically, it feels as if you are gently controlling the movement of a kite through the air. The subsequent movements of the traveler are smooth and predictable, making platforming a breeze. Not counting the analog sticks, you only have 2 usable inputs at your disposal. One propels the traveler into the air for platforming or venturing across the world, and the other is a musical tone which you use to activate area-specific goals, hidden tomes, and doorways to new areas. Now, this tone is also your only means of communicating with other players in Journey. Yes, throughout your experience, another player may randomly join you in your travels. The first time this happened, I gleefully tapped the tone button a few times to say hello, and the other player did likewise. From then on, we were like a couple of cats, chatting back and forth with each other, occasionally tapping our call buttons to let each other know we were still there. Sharing the journey with another player and going through the same struggles is both haunting and beautiful, and is an experience only found in Journey. In closing, Journey is a fantastic and relaxing game that also happens to be a ton of fun to play. The visuals are stunning, and the spine-tingling music by Austin Wintory always strikes up emotion at just the right times. All of these aspects mold together in unison, fully immersing the player, which makes you feel like you're a part of something much bigger by the end of the game. Journey is simply a game that you have to experience for yourself or with someone else, and is one that I consider to be an absolute artistic masterpiece. If you enjoyed this review, please feel free to like it, and maybe subscribe for more 5-minute reviews in the future. Thanks, guys!